This is a $77,000 BMW M3 that I picked up for, crazy enough, only $3,000. But of course, this car came with nothing. No, like seriously, it was only on wheels. And you may be asking, why would you do something so crazy and that makes no sense? Well, I got scammed. Yeah, I found this M3 tucked away at a shop and I bought it. Turns out when I got under it, the whole chassis, everything was twisted.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
This side is way up compared to this side. I mean, look at this. So we were forced to do a whole chassis swap. So after we completely assembled it by hand with no experience, I figured now is the fun part. It's time to modify it. This, wait, no, not this. This and this whole incredible diffuser would have cost me over $10,000. But as you saw from the previous video, we got it all for a fraction of that. How? Well, there's one simple answer to that.
China, 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 China.
Temu. Also, I sent pictures of the car to bro and he liked it. If you don't know already, he loves seeing bro like a lot. And he sent me detailed instructions without even me asking.
And then lock screw to joint them together. The glue becomes solid, then remove this.
Even though we had a lot of success with part 1, this part 2/finale is going to be the biggest challenge yet because the modifications got bigger, got scarier, and they got a lot more responsibility, if that makes any sense. That being said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe. My name is Danny. I rebuild cars and do a lot of fun stuff on this channel. Let's get started. And into the Temu factory we go. Here's a wooden box, a very skinny, long wooden box from China. In the previous video, I kept seeing the same comment. The car needs side skirts. Oh, little door. Oh my god. It's cheese. Oh, by the way, garage update. Finally, look how much freedom. We have space. Now, it is a little sad to see the old chassis, the original chassis go, but to be honest, it was a big eyesore and a big weight on my shoulders having this here, so the fact that it's gone makes me extremely happy. No way. These are the sickest side skirts I've seen for this car. Are you kidding me? Also, I don't know why bro keeps doing this to me. He put carbongo again.
Cowabunga.
What does that even mean? It's difficult seeing how I look off the car, so let's just throw them on. Ooh, oh, what? Look how, are you kidding me? Oh, I'm gonna show y'all, hold on, give me a second. Obviously it's not on right, but the fact that the fitment is so perfect and they look so good is a massive win. These side skirts are just the perfect amount of aggressive for this car. And I think the car that I bought the wheels off of had the same side skirts. I don't know if I can remember correctly. I think it did. Prepared to be wowed because we're taking things to the next level. Are you sure you're gonna do this? Yes, I already spent the money. We gotta do it. I know you spend the money, but this could either go really well or really bad. We gotta do what others don't do. All right? I think it's gonna be great. You heard it? Let's go. Boom and boom. Here we, look at this. If you know what this is, actually a lot of you know what this is. If you Google F80 or M3 or M4 Swan neck wing, it is worth about $4,000. This one, $400. We got more packages and brother did send us hardware. Awesome. Crazy. And these are the mounts. Oh, that's nice. Good quality, actually. What an absolute bold move. One that can fully ruin everything we've done to the car or give the car a whole brand new track-oriented personality. The only wing that came on the F80s is on the GTS, and I'm gonna be honest, I believe this wing looks better than that one, but there's only one way to find out. Now, the reason it's called a swan neck is because typically a spoiler sits on top, right? Well, this one's different. This one, the spoiler sits under the mount, kind of like that. We also do have lowering springs for the car, as well as some spacers. Remember last episode how we picked up the wheels? Well, on the way back, we also picked up lowering springs. Funny enough, from a subscriber that also has an awesome Yes Marina Blue M3. Thank you, Brandon. We're fixing a massive mistake BMW made. You could say we're better. For one, they put the oil cooler at the bottom of the car, facing all the rocks and debris on the ground. And the second problem is, this is what the OEM splash shield looks like. Pretty much protects nothing. So we had to order this one from Temu, and it actually looks really, really good. I also unintentionally turned into crime Steph Curry. Now I believe the biggest thing is gonna be figuring out how exactly this goes mounted. Let's just say that Temu parts don't like going together. For example, the front lip currently doesn't really allow us to put the splash shield because it's supposed to slide right on top of the bumper, and the front lip is not cooperating with that. The massive front lip we installed is kind of in the way. Okay, I think we can do this by just kind of wiggling it in. I think we can manage to pull this off. This is one of those 5-minute jobs that take way too long. Thankfully, we were able to slide it in just barely because the rivet nuts were pretty much in the way on hitting the oil cooler. Unfortunately, as of now, I don't see a way for the front bumper to fully bolt up to the skid plate because the whole front diffuser is pretty much in the way of the holes. Now our oil cooler is going to be as protected as it can possibly be. Nice. So now the skid plate that goes back there connects to right here, and it's one whole skid plate under the car. I have an idea. We're gonna make this bumper bolt up to the skid plate. Let's run it. I think I gotta figure it out. So here is the
master plan.
We're going to be drilling a bigger hole into the front splitter, and that will give us access to the hole that's on the front bumper, which bolts up to, you guessed it, the splash shield. Oh. This thing is on there, yes! And just look how good that looks under the car. Now, I don't like the fact that it's silver. Would have probably rather have a nice textured black finish, but it looks really good. Now, in the previous video, we did a giveaway to win a carbon fiber spoiler. So let's pick the winner. Okay, it's that time to pick the... What the heck? Sorry about that. I don't know how to do this, but let's pick the winner. At San.35, you have won yourself a carbon fiber spoiler. Now, yes, we were supposed to also give away the carbon fiber mirrors, but let's do that for this video. So to enter, comment your Instagram, like the video, most importantly, subscribe to the channel, follow my Instagram, and you automatically enter. Next up, side skirts, baby. And of course, we're going to be using the almighty
silicone.
All right, let's clean up the surface with some alcohol for putting on the glue. A lot of you were calling it Mansory glue. That's a little too out of budget. We should call it Beamer glue. Bruh. We also need to clean the mating surface that's on the car with some alcohol. But on the Beamer glue. But then I lost the Beamer glue. Where is it? I lost it. I lost it. I just had it. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see it? Oh. Can't lose the Beamer glue. It's generally like my favorite thing on earth, y'all. It is so fun. And aside from the Beamer glue, we're also going to be doing some self-tappers. Probably 7 or 6 on each side. You know what, y'all? We needed this. That's just life. Oh, shit. Once we got the side skirt in place, now we can do the self-tappers, which is really going to secure everything while the Beamer glue dries. And well, now we have Beamer glue and self-tappers for reinforcement. Look how insane that looks. This view right here literally reminds me of the new G80 series M3s. But this thing fits amazing. Check that out, y'all. No imperfections. Right up to the body line. Best fitting and easiest installing side skirts I've ever done. Which is really ironic because
China.
When you hear China, cheap, and Temu, you get scared. But so far, as you've seen from my experience, these products have been really good. But look at the naked side, and now look at it with a side skirt. What a massive difference. Let's go to the other side now. But while in the process, the unimaginable happened. The first ever silicone bottle we used on this channel is
empty.
It's done. It is done. I'm gonna put this on a wall. I'll never forget you. You absolutely changed my life. Recharge.
Guys, we have a problem. Danny has been wearing the same clothes since middle school. And he's always dirty, and we have to do something about that. Oh, these are nice options. And thankfully, we've partnered with Coop to upgrade his wardrobe and your wardrobe.
A few moments later.
Where are these packages from? Where did this come from? Oh, shoot.
Oh, those packages are for you from Coop. Thank me later. Okay, stay still.
Oh, this feels nice. Where do you get this? Do you have any more things?
All right, one more, don't move.
What? How are you doing this? Yo, this is nice. Obviously, I still got Crocs on, but shout out to Coop. Look at this thing. Links will be in the description if you guys want to pick out this fit. Discount codes on the screen in the top of the description. Oh, now we match the M3. Now we can go on a date. Now that we match the M3, like I said, we can go on a nice date. Let's go. Massive thank you to Cool Fandy for sponsoring today's video. Go ahead and browse through the website. They sell some incredible pieces of wardrobe. And make sure to check out the newest collaboration they're doing with Christopher Bell. Everything looks amazing, and the best part, they have some incredible deals. One thing I love to do is categorize the part after we install them. Side skirts, 10 out of 10 for the fitment. Looks, 10 out of 10. For the install, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. First item we install is a 30-point item. And here we go with another box. You know, things take forever to come from China when I literally forgot I ordered one of the coolest things ever. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, in here we have GTS style taillights. The BMW M3 GTS, one of the most legendary BMWs ever made. Limited to just 700 units worldwide. It was an absolute weapon going around the Nürburgring, and its price range almost doubled the regular price of an M4. These taillights came in that car, so we had to get them. I know there's a whole fan group for these GTS style taillights. People love them. I think they're really cool. I really just want to see them on the car before I say I love them or I hate them. Or they did a great job because it's not like a nasty way too smoked. It's like the perfect amount of smoke. Two 10mm bolts. Should just come on, right? Yep. Boom. And I do know all of you love comparisons. So here we go. Very similar yet very different. This is so universal. There's two plugs. One says from 2016 to 2018, this car, and the other one says 2013 to 2015. Boom. This one we can disconnect it from here. One 8mm bolt. And the trunk tail light is off. Boom, just like that. Okay, I missed this in the back. It actually comes with a harness. That makes total sense because this cable is also super short. Now I'm not having a heart attack. And then we're gonna sneak it through this hole. And this just pretty much goes inside the car, so that's good, right? The fitment's not good because of the plugs. Since the tail light came with two plugs, so it's more universal, it makes the fitment on the back pretty rough because it doesn't want to slide in all the way. That's nice. There's a gap right there. Okay, roughly 10 minutes later, we got it to fit just as good as the OEM. And then the cable that connects to the trunk tail light, well, we pass it through the inner trunk lining, and it's gonna run to the top, attached to this, into this tail light. And you won't see this cable because obviously we still have to put all this trim in, but this goes covered like this, and the cable's gonna be under here, so you can't see it. We did something very similar with my 340i, so trust me, it's gonna look perfect and no one's gonna notice a thing. Comment below, do you like the GTS taillight or not? Me personally, I'm not too. Oh, are you kidding me? I did it. That's insane. I didn't know it did that. Be honest, what would you go with? Let's click the unlock. 100% of the time, I would go with the GTS. I mean, look at that. The tail light with the diffuser. Oh my god. This is one of the sickest M3s ever. I love this car. I take my original statement back. I love these tail lights. Wow, absolutely amazing. And technically, they are from BMW. But let's do the other side so we can fully see the rear end all put together with the new GTS taillights. And the passenger side is pretty much the same exact thing as the driver's side. Oh my god. That is the craziest thing. Now I'm pressing the brakes. So That's how the brakes look like. Now we have to categorize the tail lights. For fitment, 6.8 out of 10. The plugs, since there's 2 plugs, they're so bulky behind the tail light, it doesn't let you push in all the way. I did my very best. I mean, I got the fitment to a 6.8 out of 10. If you ever see this car in person, you'll see what I mean. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. It's all right. 10 out of 10. These tail lights are the greatest looking tail lights I've ever seen. Now for the install, I'm gonna grade this as if you've never done this before. 10 being the easiest, 1 being the hardest, 6.5 out of 10. Because there is a lot of things that you have to disconnect. Thankfully, I had everything out already. I can say though, I am very happy with the tail lights. Let's get on to the next mod. This may be the moment everybody has been waiting for, including myself. And I'm sure you can guess what we're doing as I'm backing up the car. Oh, never mind, I forgot to turn on my microphone. But it is time for the wing. Right off the bat, the first thing I want to do is mock it up just to see how it looks. But before we do that, we have to assemble the wing. Starting with the plate that goes on top of the wing, and this is what the mount goes onto. It goes held on with Allen bolts, and I will say this whole kit came with silver hardware, which in my opinion doesn't look great, so we are going to be switching out all this Allen hardware to the same, but in black. Now we can throw the mounts on, and something really cool, this wing should be adjustable, meaning we can incline or decline the wing however we want, which is super cool. Here we go. This thing is actually pretty light. I'm so nervous. I am so nervous right now. All right, so this goes mounted more like towards the front of the trunk, just like that kind of. Obviously, we're still missing the flaps, the end blades. We could flip this a little bit more straight. Okay, stand over there and tell me what you think.
I haven't seen any like that. I like it. It gives it like a tracky.
Like a track, right? Wait, hold it. I want to see it again. I like it. I think that's gonna look sick.
Am I a ricer?
I like it, but maybe a little rice.
All right, we got Lucas here. Let's try to install this wing. Lucas is right. We might get some rice comments, but then again, I think the wing on the GTS looks way worse than this one. And from just mocking it up, I think this is going to look insane, especially after the whole car's put together and done. But we do have to drill into this hood to be able to install it. But to ensure the wing is 100% in center, first things we have to do is measure the actual trunk, which we got 50 inches. Half of that is 25 inches. Next, we measured the distance between the wing's mounting points. Once we had that, we marked equal distances from the trunk center outward to ensure perfect alignment. At least I hope. 15.3.5 is the mid. I don't even know what we're doing at this point.
35.
That's right again.
Are we just throwing out numbers? But that's why Lucas is here, because he's way better at doing things like this than me. I kind of get too excited and rush things. He actually takes his time, does the right measurements. We're masking everything to make sure we 100% drill in the right spots. But even though we measured everything to our best abilities, the main thing is passing the eye test. It needs to pass the eye test. That actually looks good to me. That looks good. We got the guides now to know exactly what we're gonna drill in the trunk. What Lucas is gonna do is pull up a little bit of primer in here, rub it off here, and then when we set it down on the tape, it'll create the outline of the primer, of the hole, you'll see. This little trick created a perfect outline. Now, we could have used a marker or a whiteout. I simply didn't have anything, so we did this instead. Better than what I was gonna do. Oh, I was gonna use toothpaste if you're wondering.
Bruh.
Yes, sir. There's no going back now, Lucas.
Wait.
Oh man, I am so nervous. We got all these holes drilled and there's really no going back now. We have to make this look good, and I really think it will look good. This one is perfect. This one we can get to as well. Now, so you can see this one, we're probably gonna have to cut here a little bit so we have a bolt to go through. This side, same thing. Much better than I thought though. And I do know, I did look up a couple videos. The expensive $4,000 wing does have like a carbon fiber backing. That's like a plate that goes back here for extra support, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and 3D print something like that later on, because I completely forgot to. So, but for now, we should be okay. All right, so the first Temu hurdle just hit us with this spoiler. So I was trying to thread the bolts because it came with a bunch of bolts. Wait, this is threaded. So this is threaded, but this one isn't. They just didn't feel like threading this one, so. Yeah, that's just what happens when you're buying from cheap places. That definitely caught me off guard. I think bro was mid building this, and then he got distracted with sending me the video.
joint ng Takairen.
If you've never had to thread a hole, good. But if you want to know how, it's pretty simple. First, you need to find the right tab. What I typically do is I grab the bolt that I'm using and then I put it up against the tab. If they meet perfectly, then that's the one you need. I then like to put a little bit of oil or grease and you slowly run the tab into the hole. It pretty much cuts grooves for the bolt to screw in clean and tight. And for us to get to one of the holes in the trunk, we actually have to do exactly what we just practiced with the front splitter. We're cutting a bigger hole on the first layer of skin so our bolt can actually reach the second layer of skin and thread to the wing itself. Here we go. Are the holes right or are they completely wrong? These two are the easiest to make bigger. This one we gotta go through 2 layers. We gotta make the hole a little bit bigger. It happens. Thankfully, it's nothing too drastic and it won't really affect anything. So we are gonna take it back off because I am gonna use some silicone glue. But as of now, ooh, that looks straight and is on. Now as for the next one. Oh, so close. Actually, that's perfect. Yeah. Nice. All right, we got one side perfect. And now it's time to throw on the wing, the actual meat of it all. Ooh, I cannot wait. This actually looks sick. And the awesome thing is you can like move it, which is awesome. Now, unfortunately, I think they might have made another mistake and sent me out the wrong part. Both say L. Now, they're both different, so that's good, right? It's not the same thing. I'm so confused right now. Oh, wait. Yes, I had a mini heart attack. Since there's like no rubber piece under here, it sits pretty much metal on the trunk. We don't want that. Water can get under this, so we're gonna be using my favorite new chemical. Now, this is going to be the hardest silicone / beamer glue job I've done so far because once we really tighten down these mounts, all the silicone's going to be squished out. So we have to make sure we clean everything thoroughly to make sure there's no random residue and make sure the lines look just perfect. Yup, look at that, just as I expected. So we have to get to cleaning because we have a very small time frame from when this will be nice and cleanable to hard and uncleanable. Oh, yeah, Lucas got completely infected, by the way. And now look at that. It came out so good. This is something I'm very proud of. All right, here we go. Now, I do believe I'm missing some hardware, so we have to go purchase some hardware later. But for now, I really just want to throw this on and okay. Lucas has had the brightest idea. Let's take the label off and rebrand it to the Danny Z Beamer Glue. When we put the wing on, a little bit did spew out, so we're trying to clean that up a little bit now, but I mean, that looks actually amazing. Really happy with it. Now, I'm going to be honest. I originally bought this months ago, and the idea was you never really see M3s with big modifications like this. Most people always do the same thing, which there's nothing wrong with that because they look amazing. But seeing it on the car right now in person and looking absolutely amazing, I'm so happy with it. Wow. 100% worth the wait and the money spent. It's that time for ratings. The fitment for this wing honestly fits amazing. I cannot go with anything other than a 10 out of 10. Now for looks, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And then the install, 10 being super easy and 1 being super difficult, a 3.5 out of 10. You need someone to help you. You need good measuring. You need good cutting. You need good Beamer glue or 3M skills. A lot more than I thought went into putting on this wing and making it look proper. I mean, everything looks incredible. Now, yes, one of the awesome things about the M cars is they're kind of already low from factory. But as you're seeing and I'm holding in my hand, and I said earlier today, we got springs for the car. Some A-backs, I-box, lowering springs. I believe these lower the car about 1 inch, which should be absolutely perfect for the fitment. we have to do a measurement test. So we're gonna measure it from when the fender starts to the top, to the very top of the wheel. Original measurement. Now I think, or I want to tell myself, the rears are gonna be easy. I've never done, wait, have I done springs on a BMW? I kind of have short-term memory loss, all right? There she is. So this is the spring we have to remove. Now, typically you don't even have to touch the actual rear strut, but as you're seeing, this thing is in pieces. So I did buy brand new of these so we can have a nice comfy ride. To remove the rear shock, one long 60mm bolt and nut at the bottom. After that, you gotta get the 3 bolts up top, which are hex bolts. And don't forget to unplug it because this one is EDC. What does that mean? I can control my suspension. I still haven't done it though, but yeah. That was actually extremely easy, and the fact that this isn't going up, we might need new shocks. But for now, I mean, I didn't know, so we're gonna stick with these. But I believe we have to take off the top bolt off, so then we can go ahead and get to this. Now we gotta disconnect that plug / little motor because that, I guess, activates the motor and it'll spin the strut in case you want it stiff or not stiff. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's a pretty cool mechanism. Okay. This is what happens with age, even in a very expensive car. BMW. Now, before we put back the shock, we have to remove the spring to put the shorter spring in. And to do that, we have to remove the rear camber bolt. Now, you want to mark this so when you put it back, you know exactly where it goes. I totally forgot to do that. You're also going to probably have to hammer it out like I did. Be careful you don't mess up the threads. Thankfully, I didn't. Once you do that, you can pull down on the bucket and the spring should slide. Here's something else about me. I would rather do anything on a car instead of suspension. I hate working on suspension. Now I just noticed at the bottom it's further away and here they're more close together. So I gotta figure out which way's the top and which way's the bottom. Switch out the top component of the spring and the bottom component to the new spring, and we pretty much just do everything in reverse order. Getting the camber bolt back on though, an absolute pain. Oh, I forgot to mention, we also got 12mm spacers for the front and the rear. The fitment for this car is gonna look phenomenal. But yes, we still do need a very bad alignment. I mean, we very badly need an alignment. And to remove the spring from the other side, it's the same thing. Thankfully, we already did it once, so theoretically, we should be able to do this a little bit faster. Okay, this side is done. Again, did I mention how much I hate working on the suspension? It's my least favorite thing on cars. This car was already low, but springs are in, wheels are on, spacers are in. Let's see how much lower it is now. Whoop, the mic turned off again. But look at this fitment. And we still haven't even lowered the front, meaning the rears will be just a tad bit lower. But even now, this is perfect. My favorite thing about the M3 has to be just how incredible you can get the fitment on these cars. Actually, I almost forgot, before we go to the front, it's gonna be really cool. Let's measure it and see how much we get. Previously, we had 73. Now, yeah, definitely not 73. Good old 70. That's what is that now. It's the perfect drop. Now, something that I have noticed is this side of the suspension, it sits way more in than that side. I think it's either one, alignment, which we honestly need one really bad, or two, it might be that my strut is bent. We're gonna know 100% after I get the alignment. But with that being said, I think I know a way. I looked it up online, I can't lie. We're able to do these front springs very, very quickly. Let's go. So we're not going to be removing any components of the suspension to remove the spring. All that we're removing is the sway bar end link, as well as the bolt and nut that hold the strut in place. Once that's done, we're going to compress the strut all the way up with our jack, and that's going to pretty much act like our spring compressor. Once that's done, we can go to the top side and unbolt that 18mm bolt. Once the nut is fully off, we can lower the jack and check it out. We can easily change the spring without even removing the strut. How insane is that? Now we can do the other side. And I did take a good look at the strut. It looks straight to me, so I think, and I'm praying, it's just we need to go get a good alignment. Compared to other cars, this is so much easier, and a lot of people will be very afraid to change out springs on a BMW because the brand to others sounds so complicated. But in reality, as you're seeing, this might be the easiest spring change I've ever done. But before we find out if we can even leave the garage or not, another thing we picked up from Brandon is the bracket for the front bumper camera and sensor. In case you don't remember, I tried 3D printing it and it was a massive failure. That's pretty bad. Oh my gosh. Hashtag exposed. Listen, I can explain and have a solution. Hold on. Here is the proper bracket with 3M. We're not gonna tape it. I promise that's the only spot. Listen, when you're in a hurry, you gotta think of the quickest thing possible to get the car home. And I also did have to purchase a front bumper camera, which ran me about $100. But as I mentioned, I want this car to be 100% perfect. I want all the features to work because we did swap the whole entire wiring harness for these features, so they better work. I think I'm way too excited about this because it's something so silly, but out of the whole rebuild, there's one broken connector where it's just exposed wires, and I don't know where the wires are go or what they're for. I'm happy to say I figured it out. So the broken remaining 3 wires on this car go to this sensor for the bumper right here. Just goes to show sometimes when you can't figure out something in that moment, it's okay, take a step back, keep going, because you're gonna figure it out. That's amazing. I really didn't think I was gonna figure out where that went. And the best part of all this, I did snip out a connector from the wiring harness, so here you go, y'all. Wow, this is amazing. No better feeling than this right here. And now we connect these 3 little wires with our solder connector. But I'm really thinking about this car's fitment. How is it going to sit? Yes, yes, yes. I was so scared the front would be super low. It is perfect. Oh, and another little missing piece, the BMW logo. There's nothing more important than this. So let's throw that on real quick. I know we're still waiting for the tow hook. That hasn't gotten here yet. But let's have some fun with the M3 before we get there. This car rides incredible. Let's do a quick second gear pull. I can't believe I forgot to bolt down my seat again. Woo! Woo! Oh, I'm on a fish. I'm not even in Sport Plus. There the pops. Oh my goodness. Woo! And the wing back there is not making any weird noise, which is an amazing plus. Oh my gosh. Can I tell you guys something? This car gives me the biggest sense of imposter syndrome I've ever felt in my life. Like, me in this cool of an M3 makes no sense, but we got here through a lot of work. It was not an easy journey, and look at this thing.
Smee.
below what profile you like best, but in my opinion, I know it's difficult to capture on camera, but this side profile could go unbeaten. This thing is insane, and this rear quarter with the wing and the wheels and the fitment. What a blessing. Unfortunately, this is the Temu finale, but I could do the interior. If you want to see me do a Temu interior, leave a like on this video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And you guys have been so supportive throughout it all. Now, I'm acting like this is the finale. It's not. We still have to do the performance, and the biggest thing of all, I still have yet to wash this car. Wait, don't leave yet. Do you like the wing or not? And what was your favorite Temu modification we did out of all of them? Rate them down below, one being your favorite and the last one being your least favorite.